The French crown jewels were just recently stolen. How, you ask? Well, you see, during colonization, France went to India, Brazil, and Sri Lanka. Oh, you want to know about this most recent time? My fault. This time they were stolen by 4 robbers because the Louvre, that big French museum, had a problem. Their security kind of sucks. So one robber went to his 3 robber friends. He said, y'all trying to rob the Louvre? Their security kind of sucks. The other robber said, like, Mission Impossible on them? Yeah, let's do it. The robbers then go rent this powerlifting vehicle claiming that they're movers. The person that rents out the vehicle to them finds out that they're not movers. So he said, hey, no, y'all can't rent it actually. They said, or what, little boy? The renter said, ooh, I'm calling the authorities. The renter calls the police. The police said, bonjour, parlez-vous français? He said, yes, I speak French, but I'm gonna speak English for the viewers. So these dudes came in and rented my vehicle without the proper authorization. The police said, okay, we're gonna get to it. They didn't get to it. So the robbers during broad daylight dressed as construction workers and used the lift to get to this window of the Louvre. Now, the Louvre is under construction, so they blended in. They were also wearing balaclavas or YN masks to some of us to cover their face, but they still blended in because it's been a little cold recently in France. Now, here's where things start to get wicked. Their outfits could only get them to the window. But to get through the window, they had to break the glass. That's when the alarms were gonna go off. So the robbers looked at each other, said 3, 2, 1, break the glass and rush in. The alarms start blaring. They're running down the hallway. Security rushes after them, said, hold on. I hear y'all not in the Louvre. Robbers bring out their power tools. They said, oh, think before you leap, little boy. Security said, we thinking. We was talking to the person behind you. Hold on, get out of these gentlemen's way. So the robbers rush over to the crown jewels and start slicing through the glass. Now this is in broad daylight, so someone just recording them on their phone like, damn, these folk really robbing the place. Boom, the robbers start taking crowns, necklaces. They take off, but in their rush, they drop this crown and the crown broke. They said, we gotta go. They ran to the whip. They tried to set fire to the elevator lift of the car so there wouldn't be too much evidence. A museum worker rushes outside, said, hold on, I ain't like them security guards. You won't have to see me. The robbers said, ooh, they like that. They dropped the fire items. They rushed to their getaway car and take off. And they did all of this in 7 minutes. Police rush over. They said, 7 minutes? Security, where was y'all at? Security said, man, this job ain't about to kill me. How'd they get the electric vehicle? Police said, all right, touche. And well, the robbery is currently under investigation. The jewels were considered priceless, but they decided to put a price on them. And it turns out it was about $100 million in jewelry. Now, the crazy part is there's been like 5 other heists in museums around France for like the past year. So people are thinking that this is the same crew doing all these heists, or one crew is doing some heists and another crew is saying, yo, that looks easy, let's do a heist.